Hello, today I'll be walking you through how to use the Ameelio app. So here we're on the landing page of the app, which is what you see right after you open it. So I'm scrolling through some of the stats about the app here. And then if you're a new user, you'll want to hit sign up. You can go ahead, type in your email address, enter in a quick password. The password isn't being shown here because it's a protected field, so it doesn't get captured by the screen recorder. But then you can go ahead, hit next. It'll walk you through how to make your profile. So we want to know a few things about you, your name, and then just how you heard about Ameelio. So I heard about Ameelio from a friend. And so then I can go ahead and hit next up at the top. And now we collect your address just so that if you want to put a return address on the mail that you send to your loved ones, you can. And it will be included so that if they want to respond or if for some reason it doesn't go through, you do have that return address, so things can get handled nicely. So this is just a dummy address that I put in 1234 Main Street from my home city, Minneapolis. So now I'm in the app and, it's welcoming me. And so I go ahead and I hit get started and it's going to prompt me to add my first contact. So this will be the state of your incarcerated loved one. Again, for example, I'll just use Minnesota, Jane Doe, and then we just want to know, what's your relationship to them? And now we get to the facility directory screen. So you can see all the jails that are displaying here are any facility that is located in Minnesota that your loved one might be. And if you entered in a different state, obviously it'd be a different state. If you don't find the facility you're looking for in that list, you can add the details manually with the button at the bottom, but I'll just pick one at random, Rice County Jail. And then on this last screen, we enter in the inmate ID. So if you don't know your inmate number, or the inmate ID, you can use the federal locator, which we have built into the app, as well as the state database locator to find their offender ID or inmate number and type it in right there. Because that'll be used in addressing your letters to make sure they get delivered correctly. And if you have the unit and dorm information, that just helps it get delivered faster and make sure things don't go wrong in the delivery process. So that's what it'll look like. It looks good to me. So I add that contact. Now you can see I'm in the app with my first contact made. So now I go ahead and show you what you can do to update the contact. You could add a picture if you want, but I'm not going to here. And so let's jump right into it. Let's hit send. And you can see here, these are all the options for things to send. We have like a Halloween spooky section right now. We have informational material such as health and legal information. We have fun stuff, special stuff, images of scenery, but up at the top is personal, which is our most popular category. These are your personal pictures and words. So I clicked on a postcard, otherwise known as photos. And here you can see this is the screen to compose the postcard. You can choose from a number of different layouts, which are just how you put the images on the actual postcard. And then you can put your images in whatever order you want. And then you can also add these fun little stickers at the end. And when the postcard is actually printed, these won't be physical stickers. So for facilities that don't allow adhesives or stickers, this will be totally fine. This is printed actually as part of the image. So you don't have to worry about that being a concern with it being delivered. And then once I feel good about the design, I can hit next and start typing. Since this is my very first letter, it autofills with a little intro message, about using this new service. And then I'll add on something, specific. What was the highlight of your week? And one thing that's cool is that the app automatically saves your drafts. So if I were to go all the way back at this point and then hit send again, it'll say you already have a draft. So I can just hit continue and it won't lose any of my progress. The only thing that unfortunately cannot save is the stickers. So I'll have to go ahead and add that again. This time I chose a little egg. And if this looks good, I can hit done. We have a little review screen. Once you send your letter, it can't be canceled. So just make sure it looks good here. And then you can go ahead and hit send. It'll take a couple seconds. And then you should get directed to a confirmation screen, just saying your postcard's on the way with an estimated delivery date. You can choose to share it right from the app with social media apps or just texting it to people. If you want to recommend the service, you can hit done. And then you can go in here under the letter tracking section. And so you can see we have this whole page built out just to get updates on where your letter is or where your postcard is. And you can also go into our memory lane. So memory lane will contain details about every letter or postcard you've ever sent, whereas letter tracking is specifically what's the status of your letters that are currently being mailed. So now I'll go in and I'll send a letter instead of a postcard. So letters have a larger word cap. You can type up to 2,000 words in these, and you can attach up to 7 images. Each image you attach uses an additional credit, and you get 7 free credits a week. So you could do 1 letter with 7 images, or you could do 7 letters with 7 letters with 1 image. It's really up to you. So we also have some prompts up at the top to cycle through. And then similar to postcard, just a last preview step. Make sure it looks good before you send it. And once that goes through, you'll be directed to another confirmation page you can share, same thing as before. And now you'll see that memory lane has 2 memories because we've sent 2 things, and the tracking screen will have 2 different letters to track. And if you have other contacts that you want to be in contact with, you can hit the back button and go through the add contact flow again. Both of them will show up here. And if you feel like referring the app, you can do so with the button up top on that main screen. So we hope you enjoy the Ameelio app. Thank you for watching.